Welcome to week 3. This week, we will be focusing on tuning into our feelings, honoring them, and helping ourselves move through them with ease and grace. So that will be the focus of today's practice. In honor of honoring our feelings, we will be focusing on opening up the hips, which tend to get a lot of tightness and hold a lot of old emotions. And our emotions can get stuck there. So it's really important to get into those hips, move them, open them, and release them gently to allow us to let go of anything that no longer serves us. So we're going to start in Shavasana today. Bring your legs out in front of you and lower down onto the mat. I like to snuggle my shoulders underneath me, which really helps to open up this area. Allow the palms to face up towards the sky and gently letting go, feeling the ground support you, tuning into the breath and tuning into this present moment. Noticing if you're holding any tension or tightness anywhere in the body. Sending your breath there and see if you can just let go a little bit. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. Begin to scan yourself, your emotional self, for anything that feels really raw right now. Maybe you're feeling discomfort, anger, fear, sadness, guilt. Notice if you're holding those emotions in any specific place in the body. Where do you feel it the most? Maybe it's one spot, maybe it's several. Just taking notice. Sending love and gratitude to this space, and love and gratitude to your emotions. Saying thank you. Thank you for the lessons that you teach me. I'm ready and willing to open up to those lessons, to learn what I need to learn, and then release them. Notice if just thinking that and listening to me say that, notice if any of that tension or tightness releases a little bit more. A few more deep breaths here. Letting them go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One last time, really filling the belly and filling the chest. And let it go. Begin to walk your knees into your chest. Placing your hands on your shins and just rocking side to side. Giving yourself a nice little massage here. Welcoming some movement into the body as we begin our practice today. And I'm going to teach a nice gentle variation of Happy Baby that I really love, but if you practice Happy Baby regularly, feel free to come into the full expression of the pose. But for the sake of this video today, I'm going to teach this variation. So bring your knees out wide, and the balls of your feet are together, your heels are together. And bring your hands around your ankles letting the thighs open and relax away from you. Almost like a little froggy pose here on our backs. Getting into those hips and just breathing here. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards the ears, relax them down. There shouldn't be any tension or tightness in the upper body, the neck. Just let that go. Breathing deeply into the belly here as we hold and feel the hips begin to open. Another deep breath here. And let it go. Bring your knees back together. We're going to come into a figure 4 position. So still laying on our backs. Bring the right ankle to the top of the left thigh. And if this is intense for you, feel free to bring that left foot onto the mat, flexing into that right foot and just feeling that stretch here. If you need a little bit more, bring that left knee in towards you and interlace the hands behind that left thigh. Remember to keep that right foot really flexed to protect that right knee. And allow the left foot to relax. The action we want here is to simultaneously pull in that left thigh towards you as you press away gently that right knee. So hopefully you'll be feeling that in the right IT band, the right hip. Breathing deep into those areas that feel tight. And release, and we'll just switch the legs. So bring the left ankle to the top of the right thigh and interlace the hands behind the right thigh here, or if you took the other variation with the foot on the mat, feel free to do that on this side as well. You may notice that one hip is tighter than the other, and that's completely normal. Maybe rotating the right ankle a few times. No tension or tightness in the neck or shoulders here. Breathing into that left hip and IT band. I like to sometimes sway side to side to really massage the back here, the low back. Explore that a bit. Maybe bringing that knee closer in towards you. And release it. We'll press ourselves up and make our way into a down dog position. So planting the palms, curling the toes, pressing the hips up and back, coming into the down dog. Hips are releasing up towards the sky. Maybe pedaling the feet here to warm up the calves and the hamstrings. And focus on pushing the ground away from you. So you don't want to fall into the shoulders here. You really want to lift yourself away from the mat, away from the floor, pressing into the mound of the forefinger and thumb. Breathing deep. This is an inversion, so you may feel a rush of blood flow towards your head, a rush of energy. Just breathe into whatever you're feeling right now. Your next inhale, bring that right leg up straight behind you. Exhale, stepping it all the way through in between the palms. Lower the left knee down. Fingertips are on either side of your right foot here. I like to come to the fingertips as it gives me a little bit more space, but you can come to the palms as well. Breathing here. You feel like you have a good sense of balance. You can also come up, raising the arms up overhead, coming into that low lunge position. You'll begin to feel that stretch in the left hip here. Pressing down through that front heel. And focus on bringing that right hip back and the left hip forward, which may intensify the stretch a little bit. Breathing deep. Exhale and let it go. We're just going to bring the shin onto the mat into a pigeon pose. So the right knee is directly behind the right wrist. Inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the crown of the head. Exhale, maybe lowering down onto the forearms. If your hips are really high up, you might want to put a pillow underneath your right hip here, or a block or a book. Keeping that right foot flexed to again protect that right knee. Breathing deep here. It can be quite intense for the hips. Just sending your breath and your gratitude to your hips. And then next, inhale, walk yourself back up, and we'll come into down dog once again. Maybe pedaling the feet, nodding your head no, and yes. Inhale, lift that left leg straight up behind you. Exhale, step it all the way through in between the hands. Lower the right knee. Staying on those fingertips as you breathe. Maybe you're beginning to feel the stretch in that right thigh. Inhale, coming all the way up into low lunge. Feeling that stretch deep in here into that right hip. Again, bringing that left hip back and that right hip forward to really square the hips, which releases the low back from any scrunching, any pinching, any tension. Exhale, lowering the arms down and coming onto that left shin. Bring that left knee behind the left wrist. Inhale, coming to the fingertips, really lifting through the chest. Exhale, coming down onto the forearms. Keeping that left foot flexed. And allow your crown to drop. Feeling a slight stretch in the neck. And back up onto the palms. Just walk yourself back into child's pose, bringing the big toes together, knees wide apart. And you can either outstretch your hands in front of you or bring your knees together and your feet are still together, and allow your arms to come to your sides. Just another variation of child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. And just as we did at the beginning of class, quickly doing a scan of your body and noticing if any of the tension or tightness has changed at all, and any of your emotions, they've changed at all. One more deep breath here. And let it go. Going back up into a seated position. Bringing your palms together in front of your heart. May you always honor your body, your emotions, and where you are every step of the way throughout this healing journey. Namaste.